advising all Americans now to wear a cloth mask. Why the change now? Because most of us have been walking around going to the grocery store not wearing the mask because that was the original recommendation.
Well, we have to make sure we don't forget that the most important thing is to keep this 6-foot physical distance from individuals.
However, you testified recently, and I'm quoting, this 6-foot rule sort of just appeared.
Staying 6 feet away from people.
This 6-foot rule
Staying 6 feet apart.
crippled businesses,
Maintaining 6 feet of distance.
allowed students to stay at home and not learn.
So important. Maintaining distance of 6 feet or more.
Do you think that a rule that sort of just appeared is substantial justification for the regulations that we saw based on that 6-foot rule?
6 feet apart.
The CDC was responsible for those kinds of guidelines, not me.
I would recommend doing what the CDC, as I think appropriately and correctly said, staying 6 feet away. The perfect solution to this is if everyone stays 6 feet separated. 6 feet away. Stay 6 feet apart. 6 feet distance. 6 foot distance. 6 feet apart. 6 feet away. 6 feet away. That's our most important tool.
It had little to do with me since I didn't make the recommendation, and I think we should just follow carefully the CDC recommendations. We must abide by public health measures. The usual 6 feet apart.
Very important. 6 foot distance. Stay 6 feet apart. A 6 foot rule.
It actually came from the CDC, not me.
But I would recommend 6 feet of distance.
The 6-foot rule, the social distancing, which you said sort of just appeared.
The 6-foot rule, it's almost irrelevant. Almost irrelevant. Almost irrelevant. It's so important. The social distancing of 6 feet. 6 feet or more. 6 feet. Stay 6 feet apart. 6 feet. 6 feet apart. The most important thing. It's almost irrelevant. The biggest thing. Almost irrelevant. The perfect solution. Almost irrelevant. If everyone at all times stay 6 feet separated, 6 feet, 6 feet away, 6 feet apart, at least 6 feet. The biggest thing, the most important thing, the perfect solution is the 6-foot rule. The 6-foot rule. The 6-foot rule.
There was no science behind it. There was no trial that looked at 10 versus 6 versus 3 versus not even worrying about it at all. And since there was no clinical trials going one way or the other, that's why it was accepted by the group. There was no science behind it. There was no science behind it. And that's one of the things that's, I think, such a good thing about our system here, is that we're ruled by the science. There was no science behind it.
You confess that you made up the COVID rules, including
I didn't hear what you
6
said.
feet social distancing.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You
I
made it
didn't
up
say
as you went.
I made it up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared. It is not based in science and it just appeared. If you are in science, you've got to direct what you do, what you recommend, your policies based on scientific data and evidence. And you've got to be consistent, and you've always got to be truthful to tell people what they may not like to hear.
Did you not feel an obligation for something that just sort of appeared, not to go back to the CDC and say, let's base this on what we know?
It was a CDC decision.
And you didn't feel an obligation as the lead scientist at the NIH to challenge that?
It is not appropriate to be publicly challenging a sister organization.
As the lead scientist,
It is not appropriate to be truthful.
as the lead scientist,
It is not appropriate to tell people what they may not like to hear.
Americans now have lost their trust in science, in lead science from government because of misinformation like this on the 6-foot distance rule.
It is not appropriate to be modest enough and humble enough to realize that you don't know everything at any given time. This is not rocket science. We know exactly what we can do and what we should be doing.
About 100 inmates were released earlier today. It's part of an emergency rule.
The 6-foot rule.
Releasing some very violent criminals, including a cop killer out of Richmond.
6 feet away.
I don't have any choice in this. I've been ordered to do it.
Make it so that they're always 6 feet apart.
Christians were arrested for not social distancing.
6 feet or more.
All LA beaches are closed due to social distancing.
6 or more feet by at least 6 feet.
The NYPD has assigned hundreds of officers to enforce social distancing.
Physical distance, 6 feet or more.
Several businesses charged with not social distancing.
Seemingly innocent things like singing, speaking loudly, or breathing heavily.
Singing has been banned at all church services in California.
I'm so grateful for everything you've done for our country. There was no science behind it. Keeping 6 feet distance, 6 feet or more.
Police are arresting a dad in a park for throwing a ball to his